What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be talking through my series diaries for 2018. If you haven't seen my first introduction to this video series, I'll leave it linked up above, but this is a collection of videos that I'm going to be doing. We've got 2 this month, so this is the second one, and then going forth it will be 1 a month, talking through the series that I have completed, up to date, ongoing, and DNF'd in a particular year. So this year we're looking at 2018. I should not be allowed to be near series with a 20-foot pole. For 2018, I have started in that year 37 series. Shit. 7 of those I have now completed, 3 of those are up to date, 5 of those I've DNF'd, and 22 of them are still ongoing. Oh my god! So this is probably the video I'm going to refer to next year when I'm looking at my series goals, because I found that actually having a year of focus for this was like my 2017 and before list. I still have some for 2017, so I might go through and pick like 4 or 5 series from each year to try and make that my goal to finish off, and then if I decide that I don't want to, that's showing me that I should probably just DNF them. I think 2017 and 2018 might be the years that I focus on for next year's series completion, and hopefully eventually get up to date. But yeah, there's 22 that are still active, and then if any of the up to date finally release the next book, honestly, this is near peak not great. 2020 was not a good year, and 2022 is also looking to not be a great year for starting series and not actually completing them. We'll see. So let's talk through these series. I also just want to clarify, so I found out that The Maze Runner is getting a novella. I'm not going to count any of those in this sort of tracking process. Technically, you can count it as me DNFing the series because I'm not going to continue on past that point. Novellas and short stories in that world, I'm not going to count them in my tracker. The reason I mention that is the first series that I have completed is the Ark of the Scythe series, and I know that Gleanings is coming out, and that's a collection of short stories. I have no interest in reading this. I think it would be really interesting, and there is the potential that I will get to it, but I'm not going to count it on my tracker because it's just additional content. It's not the main part of the series. Also with the Hunger Games, A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, didn't count it because it's the original lot that I'm going with for my own benefit. If I did feel like there was enough hype and people were talking about it and really interested and saying that it adds so much to the series, then maybe I will consider it. But for the most part, I'm just like, I'm just gonna ixnay on that, not include any of those spin-off companions, short stories, novellas within the world. I'm not too fussed on that. So this is mostly just looking at the main series. Let me know if you think that's a cop-out. Anyway, so my 7 completed series, the first being The Ark of the Scythe by Neil Shusterman. The next is the Assassin's Quest trilogy by Robin Hobb. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. The Last Reality series by Jason Segel. The Nevernight series by Jay Kristoff. Percy Jackson by Rick Riordan. The Protector of the Small series by Tamora Pierce. And that's it. So then for my up-to-date series, I have The Numair Chronicles by Tamora Pierce. The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson. And The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I think I then want to do my DNF series, so then we're finishing on like a where I need to go note rather than like a this is sad. Because the first one is Mary Poppins by P.L. Travers. The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. This goes back and forth between DNF'd and not. The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum. The Time Quintet, which is the Wrinkle in Time series by Madeline Eglow. And What If It's Us series by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. Into the ongoing series. There are 22 of them, and oh my lord, I can do this. I can do this. This series is holding me accountable to get my shit together. The first is American Gods by Neil Gaiman. Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. Daughter of a Pirate King by Tricia Levensaar. This is a duology! Duology! Ella Enchanted. This is leaning towards DNF'd as well. The Everyday series by David Levithan. This is on my self-destruct series, so if I don't get to it in the 12 months, bye-bye. The Inkheart series, Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. The Lifelike series, The Lilac Girls. This is also leaning towards a DNF. I've just realized normally I don't do this. I count them as individual series. The Mistborn series. Because I owned Era 2 at the time, I've put Era 2 and just onwards as the Mistborn as a 10-book series. However, normally I break it down like Rob and Hob into the separate series. So when I start that, that would count as a started new series, because Mistborn, I have read the first trilogy. So that's an exception to the rule. Technically, I would count that as completed and moved down Ally of Lore to when I started, but meh, whatever. Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. The Ready Player One series. This is also leaning towards a DNF. The Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. Stephen Fry's Great Mythology. The Tenseret by Neon Yang. The Bad Guys series. The Themis Files. Vampire Academy. The Villains series. Witchlands by Susan Dennard. And Women Are Some Kind of Magic. Ooh! Lordy. Okay, that's the list. I got a lot of work to do. Going through, it's very interesting seeing how previously when I set this up, I was like, oh yeah, because I have more books in the Mistborn series, I have to add them there. Whereas now I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And also looking back over, I'm like, there's a few more DNFs in there that are the potential. So I think at the end of this year, I will probably go through it and just decide when I'm selecting the series that I want to focus on from 2018. If there are any, then I'm definitely like, yep, I'm done. I'm not going to read this, and just DNF the series. Because there's a few that I'm really teetering on the edge. So let me know, how are you finding this series? Is it something that's interesting for you? A lot of people have said that they find it hard to binge series, and people just don't go near series with a 20-foot pole because they can't continue on. And I found that very funny and quite relatable. I keep picking up the first books in series and then I'm like, what am I doing? No, you've got a backlog. It's a very interesting dynamic, and I'm just really curious to see this and share this with you so you can hold me accountable. Please let me know, are there any series that I need to prioritize, like Daughter of the Pirate King? It's because I didn't love the first book, so I'm like, I don't really give a shit if I continue on with the second or not. And so I don't feel any inclination to pick it up. It's also in an ebook, so I forget that it exists. That's my series for 2018, 37 series. I really need to go through. I haven't tallied up my 2022 yet. I'm just waiting till the end of the year and I'll just keep adding them in, but there seems to be a lot at the moment, and yeah, concerned. Let me know in the comments, one, what series should I pick up, and two, how are you feeling towards your series if you do pick them up? If not, all good, I totally understand. If you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you on my next video. Bye!